ॐ शिवशक्तिसमारम्भां भास्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मत्श्रीनाथपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां ज्ञानिनामपि चेतांसि देवी भगवती हि सा बलादाकृष्य मोहाय महामाया प्रयच्छति दुर्गे स्मृता हरसि भीतिमशेषजन्तोः स्वस्तैः स्मृता मतिमतीव शुभां ददासि दारिद्र्यदुःखभयहारिणि का त्वदन्या सर्वोपकारकरणाय सदार्द्रचित्ता सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरि नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते शरणागतदीनार्तपरित्राणपरायणे सर्वस्यार्तिहरे देवि नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवि दुर्गे देवि नमोऽस्तु ते रोगानशेषानपहंसि तुष्टारुष्टातु कामान् सकलान् भीष्टान् त्वामाश्रितानां न विपन्नराणां त्वामाश्रिताह्याश्रयतां प्रयान्ति सर्वा बाधा प्रशमनं त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरि एवमेव त्वया कार्यमस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम् ॐ गुड इवनिंग एवरीवन Okay, we'll do a review of Argala Stotram. Let's see. Soumya, can you do one half? And then Madhu, you can do one half. Start. Let me see how many stanzas are there. So 25, you can do first 13, Soumya.
Okay. Argala Stotram. Asya Shri Argala Stotra Mahamantrasya Shri Vishnu Rishihi Anuштut Chandaha Shri Mahalakshmi Devata Shri Jagadamba Prityarte Sapta Shati Pathangatvene Jape Viniyogaha Shri Chandika.
So I'm going to Preetaye only we have. Do you have Preetyarte in yours?
Illa, Preetayedam, sorry.
Okay.
Correct. Okay. Om Namaschandikaye Markandeyo Vacha Jayanti Mangala Kali Bhadrakali Kapalini Durga Shama Shiva Dhatri Swaha Swadha Namostute Jayatvam Devi Chamunde Jayabhutartiharini Jaya Sarvagate Devi Kalaratri Namostute Madhukaitabha Vidhravi Vidhatu Vidhatru Varade Namaha Rupam Dehi Jayam Dehi Yasho Dehi Dvisho Jiha
Jahi Disho Jahi
sorry Dvisho Jahi Mahishasura Nirnashi Bhakta Nam Sukade Namaha Rupam Dehi Jayam Dehi Yasho Dehi Dvisho Jiha Jahi Dvisho Jahi Rakta Bhija Vadhe Devi Chanda Munda Vinashini Rupam Dehi Jayam Dehi Yasho Dehi Visho Jahi Shumbhasyaiva Nishumbhasya Dhumrakshascha Mardhini Rupam Dehi Jayam Dehi Yasho Dehi Dvisho Jahi.
First line Dhumrakshasya
Cha Mardhini.
Yeah, remember the word Dhumra, which is smoke, Aksha, which is ice. So Dhumrakshasya is like smoke-filled ice.
Okay. Vanditangri Yuge Devi Sarva Saubhagyadayini Rupam Dehi Jayam Dehi Yasho Dehi Vishojahi Achintya Rupa Charite Sarva Shatru Vinashini रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि विशोजहि द्विषोजहि नतेभ्यः सर्वदा भक्त्या चण्डिके दुरितापहे रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि द्विषोजहि स्तुवद्भ्यो भक्तिपूर्वं त्वां चण्डिके व्याधिनाशिनी रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि द्विषोजहि चण्डिके सततं ये त्वम् अर्चयन्तीह भक्तितः रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि द्विषोजहि देहि सौभाग्य देहि सौभाग्यमारोग्यं देहि सौभाग्यमारोग्यं देहि मे परमं सुखं रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि द्विषोजहि.
You can stop there. You can stop there.
विधेहि द्विषतां नाशं विधेहि बलमुच्चकैः रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि द्विषोजहि विधेहि देवि कल्याणं विधेहि परमां श्रियं रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि द्विषोजहि सुरासुरशिरोरत्ननिघृष्टे चरणेऽम्बिके रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि द्विषोजहि विद्यावन्तं यशस्वन्तं लक्ष्मीवन्तं जनं कुरु रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि द्विषोजहि प्रचण्डदैत्यदर्पघ्ने चण्डिके प्रणताय मे रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि द्विषोजहि चतुर्भुजे चतुर्वक्त्र संस्थिते परमेश्वरि रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि द्विषोजहि कृष्णेन संस्तुते देवि शश्वद्भक्त्या सदाम्बिके रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि द्विषोजहि हिमाचलसुतानाथ संस्तुते परमेश्वरि रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि द्विषोजहि इन्द्राणीपति सद्भावपूजिते परमेश्वरि रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि द्विषोजहि देवि प्रचण्डदोर्दण्डदैत्यदर्पविनाशिनि रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि द्विषोजहि देवि भक्तजनोद्दाम दत्तानन्दोदयेऽम्बिके रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि द्विषोजहि पत्नीं मनोरमां देहि मनोवृत्तानुसारिणीं तारिणीं दुर्गसंसारसागरस्य कुलोद्भवाम् इदं स्तोत्रं पठित्वा तु महास्तोत्रं पठेन्नरः स तु सप्तशतीसङ्ख्या वरमाप्नोति सम्पदाम् ॐ.
Very good. Okay, so we'll start Keelakam today. See first half. Mrinan, you can be a student, and Lakshmi Garu, you can be a student. So I'll first explain what the word Keelakam means. So, when you have a door, there is like a hinge which is there, right, on which the door actually opens and closes, right? So that hinge is kind of nailed into that, and then you use that hinge. That hinge helps you open the door, right? So open and see what is on the other side. So this word Keelakam is essentially means a nail or a hinge which is actually there, and we'll see why is it called as Keelakam. And this Keelakam is there in most, even Vishnu Sahasranamam, the word Keelakam will come. In Lalita Sahasranam, all of those things, that Keelakam word comes because what it means is sometimes we say things without understanding the meaning of something, right? But the words you say, especially in this case, Devi Mahatmyam, the words have a lot of power, but we don't realize the value of it. We don't realize the meaning of the power. So what happens is, in this certain cases, some god, in this case Lord Shiva, what they do is they embed the power of Devi behind those words. So even though you say it without understanding the context, or you are talking about something else, this, and as we go through it, you will understand what it is. But this actually helps you unlock the power, even though you are saying it without realizing the power or benefit of it. So that is the Keelaka mantram. So you kind of have to say this, because in this you are going to later on say, please unlock that. So because Lord Shiva's lock, or embedded it inside it, you are saying, let me unlock it so that I can be ready to receive the blessings of the Devi when you chant Devi Mahatmyam later. Okay. So Asya Shri Keelaka Mantrasya Shiva Rishihi. That's why in this case, the Rishi is Lord Shiva, because he is the one who is actually putting the power behind those mantras. So Shiva Rishihi, so touch the top of your head. Anushtup Chandaha, front. Shri Maha Saraswati Devata. Shri Jagadamba Prityartam Im Saptashathi Pathangatvena Jape Viniyogaha. So the Avahanam, or you can hold your Namaskara Mudra. अस्य श्री कीलक मंत्रस्य शिव ऋषिः अनुष्टुप् छन्दः श्री महासरस्वती देवता श्री जगदम्बा प्रीत्यर्थं सप्तशती पाठाङ्गत्वेन जपे विनियोगः
अस्य श्री कीलकमन्त्रस्य शिव ऋषिः अनुष्टुप् छन्दः श्री महासरस्वती देवता जगदम्बा प्रीत्यर्थं सप्तशती पाठाङ्गत्वेन जपे विनियोगः
श्री जगदम्बा, this is Shri letter there.
अस्य श्री कीलकमन्त्रस्य शिव ऋषिः अनुष्टुप् छन्दः श्री महासरस्वती देवता श्री जगदम्बा प्रीत्यर्थं सप्तशती पाठाङ्गत्वेन जपे विनियोगः
अस्य श्री कीलकमन्त्रस्य शिव ऋषिः अनुष्टुप् छन्दः श्री महासरस्वती देवता श्री जगदम्बा प्रीत्यर्थं सप्तशती पाठाङ्गत्वेन जपे विनियोगः अस्य श्री कीलकमन्त्रस्य शिव ऋषिः अनुष्टुप् छन्दः श्री महासरस्वती देवता श्री जगदम्बा प्रीत्यर्थं सप्तशती पाठाङ्गत्वेन जपे विनियोगः
ओम नमश्चण्डिकायै मार्कण्डेयो वाच विशुद्ध ज्ञान देहाय त्रिवेदी दिव्य चक्षुषे श्रेयः put F श्रेयः प्राप्ति निमित्ताय नमः put is namas somardha dharine. So first one always starts with the namaskarams. So you're saying, I'm prostrating to the Devi, who is the Jnana Deha, Vishuddha Jnana Deha, means the one who has the knowledge, the supreme knowledge. I'm going to that Devi. It's Three Devi. Three Devi means the one who has control over all the three Vedas. So Three Devi. And Divya Chakshushe means one who has got divine eyes. Now here, the namaskarams you are doing is to two. One is saying the one who has half the moon on his head. So the half moon, which is Lord Shiva, and then the person who is the half of that half mooned person, which is Devi. So he say, I'm doing namaskarams to both Shiva and Devi. So nama somardha dharine, soma ardha dharine. So one who has the half moon, and the person who is the half of the person who has the half moon. Om Namaschandikaye Markandeyo Vacha Vishuddha Jnana Dehaya Trivedi Divya Chakshushe Shreyah Prapti Nimittaya Namas Somardha Dharine.
Om Namaschandikaयै Markandeya Vacha Vishuddha Jnana Dehaya Trivedi Divya Chakshushe Shreyah Prapti Nimittaya Namas Somardha Dharine. Om Namaschandikaयै Markandeya Vacha Vishuddha Jnana Dehaya Trivedi Divya Chakshushe Shreyah Prapti Nimittaya Namas Somardha Dharine.
I think you are saying a little bit Jnana Dehaya, I'm hearing. Dehaya.
Okay, short. Jnana Dehaya Trivedi Divya Chakshushe.
ॐ नमश्चण्डिकायै मार्कण्डेय उवाच विशुद्धज्ञानदेहाय त्रिवेदी दिव्यचक्षुषे श्रेयःप्राप्तिनिमित्ताय नमः सोमार्थधारिणे ॐ नमश्चण्डिकायै मार्कण्डेय उवाच विशुद्धज्ञानदेहाय त्रिवेदी दिव्यचक्षुषे श्रेयप्राप्तिनिमित्ताय नमः सोमार्थधारिणे
Sarvam etat bijaninaan mantranam, I'm breaking at that ma, mantranam abhi keelakam sopi kshemam. Second ma, we're breaking it im. Kshemam avapnoti satatam japya tatparaha. So he's saying that, Markandeya is saying that everybody should know that in every single mantra of Devi Mahatmyam, which we are going to chant later, are indeed this keelakam, this nail or the pin which has been done to the every mantras of the Devi Mahatmyam. What is pinned is the pin that is formed is the actual supreme consciousness of the Devi itself is pinned to every single mantra. So every single aksharam that you will chant and every single word you are chanting is describing the Devi, and it will tell later also, even though you're talking about other things, it's not, doesn't matter, because what is the inherent meaning or the actual meaning behind each of that word is that conscious form of Devi which is done. And of course, the one who's chanting it, will get kshemam, that will come multiple times by chanting it, will get all the benefits like we saw in the earliest Argala Stotram also. Similarly, one who does this will get peace of mind and all the other benefits. सर्वमेतद्विजानीयान् मन्त्राणाम् अभिकीलकम् सोऽपि क्षेमम् अवाप्नोति सततं जाप्य तत्परः.
सर्वमेतद् विजानीयान् मन्त्राणामभिकीलकम् सोऽपि क्षेममवाप्नोति सततं जाप्य तत्परः सर्वमेतद् विजानीयान् मन्त्राणामभिकीलकम् सोऽपि क्षेममवाप्नोति सततं जाप्य तत्परः
सर्वमेतद्विजानीयान् मन्त्राणामभिकीलकम् सोऽपि क्षेममवाप्नोति सततं जाप्य तत्परः सर्वमेतद्विजानीयान् मन्त्राणभिकीलकम् सोऽपि क्षेममवाप्नोति सततं जाप्य तत्परः
मन्त्राणाम् अभिकीलकम्
मन्त्राणाम् अभिकीलकम्
Siddhyantyuchatanadini. We cannot break that word because it's Siddhyanti Uchatanadini, but that gets joined together. So Siddhyantyuchatanadini, short e, Vastuni Sakalanyapi, Etena Stuvatam Devi, long e, Stotra Matrena Siddhyati. Says by chanting this whole thing in the form of stotrams, in the form of Devi Mahatmyam, what it is, this Uchatana means inner enemies. So by you'll get the eradication of all your inner enemies all the way to the root. Spastuni Sakalanepi, every single inner enemy that you're battling in your mind, all of that will be completely eradicated by chanting this in the form of the stotram, in the form of the way it is described. सिद्ध्यन्त्युच्चाटनादीनि वस्तूनि सकलान्यपि ये तेन स्तुवतां देवी स्तोत्रमात्रेण सिद्ध्यति
सिद्ध्यन्त्युच्चाटनादीनि वस्तूनि सकलान्यपि एतेन स्तुवतां देवी स्तोत्रमात्रेण सिद्ध्यति सिद्ध्यन्त्युच्चाटनादीनि वस्तूनि सकलान्यपि एतेन स्तुवतां देवी स्तोत्रमात्रेण सिद्ध्यति
सिद्ध्यन्त्युच्चाटनादीनि वस्तूनि सकलान्यपि एतेन स्तुवतां देवी स्तोत्रमात्रेण सिद्ध्यति सिद्ध्यन्त्युच्चाटनादीनि वस्तूनि सकलान्यपि एतेन स्तुवतां देवी स्तोत्रमात्रेण सिद्ध्यति
न मन्त्रो नौषधं तत्र न किञ्चिदपि विद्यते विना जाप्येन सिद्ध्येत सर्वं Uchchatanadikam. I'm just breaking at that ma there. Sarvam Uchchatanadikam. It says there is no mantra, na aushadam. There's no medicine. It says nothing is available which will completely help you fight your inner enemies and eradicate it to the core completely. the option is by chanting this Devi Mahatmyam and by imagining that form of Devi, and it's going to come a few times, right? That you can't just do a rote chanting of this. So by imagining that form of Devi in your mind and by chanting this, you'll be able to achieve that. न मन्त्रो नौषधं तत्र न किञ्चिदपि विद्यते विना जाप्येन सिद्ध्येत सर्वमुच्चाटनादिकम्
न मन्त्रो नौषधं तत्र न किञ्चिदपि विद्यते विना जाप्येन सिद्ध्येत सर्वमुच्चाटनादिकम् न मन्त्रो नौषधं तत्र न किञ्चिदपि विद्यते विना जाप्येन सिद्ध्येत सर्वमुच्चाटनादिकम्
न मन्त्रो नौषधं तत्र न किञ्चिदपि विद्यते विना जाप्येन सिद्ध्येत सर्वमुच्चाटनादिकम् न मन्त्रो नौषधं तत्र न किञ्चिदपि विद्यते विना जाप्येन सिद्ध्येत सर्वमुच्चाटनादिकम्
समग्राण्यपि सिद्ध्यन्ति लोकशङ्कामिमां हरः कृत्वा निमन्त्रयामास सर्वम्, I'm just breaking at that ma, sarvam evamidam shubham. It says everybody, Loka, the word had a shankam, had a doubt, saying, this Devi Mahatmyam is full of battle, that Devi is going to come, kill Mahishasura, kill Shumba, kill Nishumba. It's all just battle and it's all just violent. So how by chanting something that is so violent and describing a battle, will I be able to eradicate the inner enemy? So that was a doubt that everybody had. She says, don't worry. That's why what Shiva has done is, behind every mantram of Devi Mahatmyam, he has pinned this auspicious form of Devi. So naturally, every time you say a word, even though you're talking about a battle or talking about a war or talking about killing something, it actually becomes Shubham. It actually becomes very auspicious because it doesn't matter what it is on the surface, it's what's the inherent meaning of it. समग्राण्यपि सिद्ध्यन्ति लोकशङ्कामिमां हरः कृत्वा निमन्त्रयामास सर्वमेवमिदं शुभम्
समग्राण्यपि सिद्ध्यन्ति लोकशङ्कामिमां हरः कृत्वा निमन्त्रयामास सर्वमेवमिदं शुभम् समग्राण्यपि सिद्ध्यन्ति लोकशङ्कामिमां हरः कृत्वा निमन्त्रयामास सर्वमेवमिदं शुभम्
समग्राण्यपि सिद्ध्यन्ति लोकशङ्कामिमां हरः कृत्वा निमन्त्रयामास सर्वमेवमिदं शुभम् समग्राण्यपि सिद्ध्यन्ति लोकशङ्कामिमां हरः कृत्वा निमन्त्रयामास सर्वमेवमिदं शुभम्
स्तोत्रं वै चण्डिकायास्तु तच्च गुप्तं चकार सः समाप्तिर्न च पुण्यस्य तां यथा वह्नि mantranam. Some books have yantranam, but you change it to, it doesn't matter. Some people say yantranam, mantranam. So I think majority books have mantranam. So it just a little bit continues, saying that, what Shiva's done is it's made it gupta. He's made it like hidden. So it is not natural or obvious when you're actually saying some of those mantras. It's a secret which is hidden there. But by imagining that conscious form of Devi and by invoking her and chanting it, naturally you will get all the blessings. No, by chanting. Just a little bit continuation of the previous one. स्तोत्रं वै चण्डिकायास्तु तच्च गुप्तं चकारसः समाप्तिर्न च पुण्यस्य ताम्यतावन्निमन्त्रणाम्
स्तोत्रं वैचण्डिकायास्तु तच्च गुप्तं चकारसः समाप्तिर्न च पुण्यस्य तां यतावन्नि मन्त्रणां right?
Yeah, मन्त्रणाम्
स्तोत्रं वैचण्डिकायास्तु तच्च गुप्तं चकारसः समाप्तिर्न च पुण्यस्य तां यदावन्नि मन्त्रणाम्
स्तोत्रं वै चण्डिकायास्तु तच्च गुप्तं चकारसः समाप्तिर्न च पुण्यस्य तां यथा वह्निमन्त्रणाम् स्तोत्रं वै चण्डिकायास्तु तच्च गुप्तं चकारसः समाप्तिर्न च पुण्यस्य तां यथा वह्निमन्त्रणाम्
सोऽपि क्षेमम् अवाप्नोति, ब्रेकिंग at that ma, क्षेमम् अवाप्नोति सर्वमेवं न संशयः कृष्णायां वा चतुर्दश्याम् इम् अष्टम्यां वा समाहितः. This is na samshayah. There should be absolutely no doubt that by chanting this, you will get kshemam, which is like peace of mind, and all the sarvam evam, whatever are the desired fruits, there should be absolutely no doubt, especially the one who is actually chanting it, the special days, right? Because each day has certain power. So it says on the Krishna Paksha, which is on the waning moon on that particular time, on Ashtami or Chaturdasham or the Chaturdashi, on the 8th or the 14th day of the waning moon, if you chant, it is just even more powerful, right, on those days. Sopekshemamavapnoti sarvamevam na samshayah Krishnayam va chaturdashyam ashtamyam va samahitah.
सोऽपि क्षेममवाप्नोति सर्वमेवं न संशयः कृष्णायां वा चतुर्दश्याम् अष्टम्यां वा समाहितः सोऽपि क्षेममवाप्नोति सर्वमेवं न संशयः कृष्णायां वा चतुर्दश्याम् अष्टम्यां वा समाहितः
सोऽपि क्षेममवाप्नोति सर्वमेवं न संशयः कृष्णायां वा चतुर्दश्याम् अष्टम्यां वा समाहितः सोऽपि क्षेममवाप्नोति सर्वमेवं न संशयः कृष्णायां वा चतुर्दश्याम् अष्टम्यां वा समाहितः
Dadati prati ghrhnati nanya taisha prasidati, all short is Itham Rupena Keelena Mahadevena Keelitam. This is when you're beginning to chant Devi Mahatmyam. So instead of just sitting down and just getting into a rote or getting into the chanting, it says you always have to imagine that form of Devi, right? Imagine that form of Devi in your mind, invoke her. So that's what we will do later on when we learn about all the nyasams. You touch various parts of your body and then invoke the various Devis into various parts of your body, and then you invoke her and put your mind on that and surrender to her, because only then you'll be able to unlock this, right, and get the blessings. So that is how Shiva has pinned, because he's really made, it says, the Mahadevena Keelitam, he's made the center of Devi Mahatmyam or all the words, that form of Devi, which you have to then unlock, which is going to come in this next stanza. But he's pinned it in such a way that you imagine that, then you will actually get the blessings of it. ददाति प्रतिगृह्णाति नान्यथैषा प्रसीदति इत्थं रूपेण कीलेन महादेवेन कीलितम्.
ददाति प्रतिगृह्णाति नान्यथैषा प्रसीदति इत्थं रूपेण कीलेन महादेवेन कीलितम् ददाति प्रतिगृह्णाति नान्यथैषा प्रसीदति इत्थं रूपेण कीलेन महादेवेन कीलितम्
ददाति प्रतिगृह्णाति नान्यथैषा प्रसीदति इत्थं रूपेण कीलेन महादेवेन कीलितम् ददाति प्रतिगृह्णाति नान्यथैषा प्रसीदति इत्थं रूपेण कीलेन महादेवेन कीलितम्
यो निष्कीलां विधायैनां नित्यं जपति संस्फुटं स सिद्धः, put a is, sa ganah, another is, sopi gandharvo jayate naraha. So it says, because it has been pinned. So what, when you are when you're imagining that form of Devi before you start, and then you chant this Keelakam, what it is doing is it's unpinning it for you. So it is now unpinning it so that you are ready to receive. Like I said, the door, it's hinged. You shut the door, it's shut right now, right? When the Devi's image is locked, the form of the Devi is locked behind every word of Devi Mahatmyam. The same hinge which is there also helps you unlock the door. You can open the door. So that's what you're doing. You're unpinning this so that by imagining that form of Devi and chanting Devi Mahatmyam, that blessings will naturally flow to you. And by doing that, so Siddha, you can get the power of the Siddhas, which are Atta Siddhi and all of them, Gandharva, which is like the demigods. यो निष्कीलां विधायैनां नित्यं जपति संस्फुटं ससिद्धः सगणः सोऽपि गन्धर्वो जायते नरः
यो निष्कीलां विधायैनां नित्यं जपति संस्फुटं ससिद्धः स गणः सोऽपि गन्धर्वो जायते नरः यो निष्कीलां विधायैनां नित्यं जपति संस्फुटं ससिद्धः स गणः सोऽपि गन्धर्वो जायते नरः.
The second line. Sasiddhas saganas sopi.
ससिद्धः स गणः सोऽपि गन्धर्वो जायते नरः.
यो निष्कीलां विधायैनां नित्यं जपति संस्फुटं स सिद्धः स गणः सोऽपि गन्धर्वो जायते नरः यो निष्कीलां विधायैनां नित्यं जपति संस्फुटं स सिद्धः स गणः सोऽपि गन्धर्वो जायते नरः
Na chaivapya tathastasya. One word. Chaivapya tathastasya bhayam kwapiha jayate napa mrityu vasham yati mruto moksham avapnuyat. Again, breaking at that ma. Little bit same thing. So, the benefits which we again saw in Argala Stotram and Devi Kavacham, right? Saying that you will not have a apamrityu. You will not die ahead of your time. You will not have accidental death. And, na bhayam, you will not have any fear when you're living. And eventually, moksham avapnuyat. You will finally attain liberation. न चैवाप्यततस्तस्य भयं क्वापीह जायते नापमृत्युवशं याति मृतो मोक्षमवाप्नुयात्
न चैवाप्यततस्तस्य भयं क्वापीह जायते नापमृत्युवशं याति मृत्यो मोक्षमवाप्नुयात्.
मृतो
मोक्षमवाप्नुयात्. न चैवाप्यततस्तस्य भयं क्वापीह जायते नापमृत्युवशं याति नापमृत्युवशं याति मृतो मोक्षमवाप्नुयात्.
न चैवाप्यततस्तस्य भयं क्वापीह जायते नापमृत्युवशं याति मृतो मोक्षमवाप्नुयात् न चैवाप्यततस्तस्य भयं क्वापीह जायते नापमृत्युवशं याति मृतो मोक्षमवाप्नुयात्.
Right, we'll switch halfway. Ritiji can be a student and Vidya can be a student. Nyatva prarabhya kurvita na kurvano vinashyati shorty tato jnatvaiva sampannam idam prarabhyate budhaihi. Just says because of reason it is pinned and unpinned and you have to unpin it. He says people who are wise have to say this before you start Devi Mahatmyam. That's why in any of the Parayanam we do, we go through this Devi, Kavacham, Margalam, Keelakam, Ratri Suktham, all of them upfront because it has to be said before to prepare yourself to then get ready to chant the Devi Mahatmyam. So that's what the wise people will do because that's what is going to truly unlock the benefits of it. ज्ञात्वा प्रारभ्य कुर्वीत न कुर्वाणो विनश्यति ततो ज्ञात्वैव सम्पन्नम् इदं प्रारभ्यते बुधैः. अदिति जी.
ज्ञात्वा प्रारभ्य कुर्वीत न कुर्वाणो विनश्यति ततो ज्ञात्वैव सम्पन्नम् इदं प्रारभ्यते बुधैः. ज्ञात्वा प्रारभ्य कुर्वीत न कुर्वाणो विनश्यति ततो ज्ञात्वैव सम्पन्नम् इदं प्रारभ्यते बुधैः.
ज्ञात्वा प्रारभ्य कुर्वीत न कुर्वाणो विनश्यति ततो ज्ञात्वैव सम्पन्नम् इदं प्रारभ्यते बुधैः. ज्ञात्वा प्रारभ्य कुर्वीत न कुर्वाणो विनश्यति ततो ज्ञात्वैव सम्पन्नम् इदं प्रारभ्यते बुधैः.
सौभाग्यादि च यत् kinchit drishyate lalana jane tat sarvam tat prasadena tena japyamidam shubham. So it just says specifically for women. It says no lalana jane, all the women. It says all the auspiciousness that you are getting, all the good fortune and everything. It's all because of the blessings of Devi. So especially it says all the women should chant Devi Mahatmyam more, because by meditating on the form of Devi, all good things and auspicious saubhagyam, good things will happen to you. सौभाग्यादि च यत्किंचित् दृश्यते ललनाजने तत्सर्वं तत्प्रसादेन तेन जाप्यमिदं शुभम्.
सौभाग्यादि च यत्किञ्चित् दृश्यते ललनाजने तत्सर्वं तत्प्रसादेन तेन जाप्यमिदं शुभम्. सौभाग्यादि च यत्किञ्चित् दृश्यते ललनाजने तत्सर्वं तत्प्रसादेन तेन जाप्यमिदं शुभम्.
सौभाग्यादि च यत्किञ्चित् दृश्यते ललनाजने तत्सर्वं तत्प्रसादेन तेन चाप्यमिदं शुभम्. सौभाग्यादि च यत्किञ्चित् दृश्यते ललनाजने तत्सर्वं तत्प्रसादेन तेन चाप्यमिदं शुभम्.
तनैस्तु जप्यमानेऽस्मिन्, one word, स्तोत्रे सम्पत्तिरुच्चकैः, if you want to break it, सम्पत्तिरुच्चकैः भवत्येव समग्रापि ततः, put a F, ततः prarabhyameva tat. The most important thing it says is, do not rush through the chanting of Devi Mahatmyam. It says you chant it at whatever speed, right, or whatever comfortable pace. But the most important thing is you have to imagine that form, like we said, and by becoming one with the Devi and chanting it, that's the right way, and then you'll get the appropriate blessings, right? So that's the most important takeaway from this. शनैस्तु जप्यमानेऽस्मिन् स्तोत्रे सम्पत्तिरुच्चकैः भवत्येव समग्रापि ततः प्रारभ्यमेव तत्.
शनैस्तु जप्यमानेऽस्मिन् स्तोत्रे सम्पत्तिरुच्चकैः भवत्यैव समग्रापि ततः प्रारभ्यमेव तत्. शनैस्तु जप्यमानेऽस्मिन् स्तोत्रे सम्पत्तिरुच्चकैः भवत्येव समग्रापि ततः प्रारभ्यमेव तत्.
शनैस्तु जप्यमानेऽस्मिन् स्तोत्रे सम्पत्तिरुच्चकैः भवत्येव समग्रापि ततः प्रारभ्यमेव तत्. शनैस्तु जप्यमानेऽस्मिन् स्तोत्रे सम्पत्तिरुच्चकैः भवत्येव समग्रापि ततः प्रारभ्यमेव तत्.
ऐश्वर्यं यत् प्रसादेन सौभाग्यारोग्य संपदः शत्रुहानिः, put a F, शत्रुहानिः परो मोक्षः, put a is, मोक्षस् स्तूयते सा न किं जनैः. He says to this Devi who is giving all of this, giving Aishwaryam, Saubhagyam, Arogyam, Sampadam, which is wealth, Shatruhani, destruction of all the enemies, and then Moksham, liberation. Why would one not praise that Devi? Sa na kim janehi. Why would one not praise the Devi? Because the next one, what is going to come is a stuti, right? With the praise that's going to come. So it's kind of setting it up for that. So who will not praise the Devi who gives all of these things? ऐश्वर्यं यत् प्रसादेन सौभाग्यारोग्य संपदः शत्रुहानिः परो मोक्षस्तूयते सा न किं जनैः.
ऐश्वर्यं यत् प्रसादेन सौभाग्यमारोग्य संपदः शत्रुहानिः परो मोक्षस्तूयते सा न किं जनैः.
Ratiji, that there's no im in that. Saubhagyarogya.
Okay.
Yeah.
ऐश्वर्यं यत् प्रसादेन सौभाग्यारोग्य संपदः शत्रुहानिः परो मोक्षस्तूयते सा न किं जनैः.
ऐश्वर्यं यत् प्रसादेन सौभाग्यारोग्य संपदः शत्रुहानिः परो मोक्षस्तूयते सा न किं जनैः. ऐश्वर्यं यत् प्रसादेन सौभाग्यारोग्य संपदः शत्रुहानिः परो मोक्षस्तूयते सा न किं जनैः.
Yeah, the next one is Ratri Suktham. So this Ratri Suktham, the context of this, I will tell you in the first chapter, because this Ratri Suktham, the entire Ratri Suktham comes again in the first chapter as part of the Madhu Kaitava Vadam. It will come at that time. So I'll give you the context of it then. But this is like a Ratri means night. Suktam means something which is well said, right? Su-uktam, something which is well said. So this means something, so but it means night well said, or what is like it is the sloka of the night. What it really means is night means darkness. Darkness refers to ignorance, right? So he says this is something which stotram which is well said to remove the ignorance so that we can get the knowledge about the truth. That is the actual meaning of this Ratri Suktam. But really, what it is, it's a stuti. Stuti means a praise that you're going to do, right? So I won't tell much of the meaning of this because really praise means every single line is you are the best, you are the greatest, you are good because of these reasons, right? So it's like a prayer or a stuti that comes, which is done by Brahma. And Brahma will do this stuti to Devi to get rid of Madhu and Kaitaba, which is going to come in the first chapter. So Vishweshwarim Jagadhatrim Sthiti Samhara Karinim Nidram Bhagavatim Vishnor, breaking at the Ra, Vishnor, Atulam Tejasaha, put if Tejasaf Paraha. So I'll explain this little bit later in the first chapter, but when Bhagavan Vishnu is in a yoga nidra and Madhu and Kaitaba had to be killed, so somebody had to go get Vishnu out of that yoga nidra. So at that time, Brahma goes and does a stuti to Devi, saying, you are the energy of Vishnu. So you have to then wake up Mahavishnu so that he will then go and get rid of Madhu and Kaitaba. So that's the stuti which is coming. So Nidram Bhagavatim Vishnoho. So wake up that Mahavishnu or Devi so that he will go fight Madhu and Kaitaba. Vishweshwarim Jagadhatrim Sthiti Samharakarinim Nidram Bhagavatim Vishnor Atulam Tejasaf Prabhu.
Vishweshwarim Jagathatrim Sthiti Samharakarinim Nidram Bhagavatim Vishnor Atulam Tejasaf Prabhu. Vishweshwarim Jagathatrim Sthiti Samharakarinim Nidram Bhagavatim Vishnor Atulam Tejasaf Prabhu.
विश्वेश्वरीं जगद्धात्रीं स्थितिसंहारकारिणीं निद्रां भगवतीं विष्णोरतुलां तेजसः प्रभुः विश्वेश्वरीं जगद्धात्रीं स्थितिसंहारकारिणीं निद्रां भगवतीं विष्णोरतुलां तेजसः प्रभुः
ब्रह्मो वाचा त्वं स्वाहा त्वं स्वधा त्वं हि वषट्कारः is वषट्कारस् Swaratmika, Sudha Tvam Akshare Nitye Tridha Matratmika Sthitha. So anytime there's a Brahma stuti coming to anybody, whether it be in Devi Mahatmyam, Brahma worshipping Devi, or in Bhagavatam where Brahma is worshipping Narayana, it's always at the highest quality because there's nobody else who can do a better stuti than Brahma in praising any of the gods or goddesses. Some words I'll say the meaning, like we were talking about you're doing the homam, right? So we said like that's a swaha, which is the wife of Agnis. That's why you say swaha. So that swaha, the swadha, which is the offering you are doing to your pitrus, or the vashatkaraha is the swaha, the high note which goes in the Vedas. It says you are all of that, and you are, then akshare, sudhatvam akshare, you're also the nectar, and and tridha matratmika sthita means in that Om, you are the essence, the sound, the main sound behind the letter, the words Om, you are the one who's also residing behind it. Again, like I said, all of it is just a praise of Devi in different ways. Brahmovacha Tvam Swaha Tvam Swadha Tvam Hi Vashatkara Swaratmika Sudha Tvam Akshare Nitye Tridha Matratmika Sthitha.
Brahmovacha Tvam Swaha Tvam Swadha Tvam Hi Vashatkara Swaratmika Sudha Tvam Akshare Nitye Tridha Matratmika Sthita. Brahmovacha Tvam Swaha Tvam Swadha Tvam Hi Vashatkara Swaratmika Sudha Tvam Akshare Nitye Tridha Matratmika Sthita.
ब्रह्मोवाच त्वं स्वाहा त्वं स्वधा त्वं हि वषट्कारस्वरात्मिका सुधा त्वमक्षरे नित्ये त्रिधा मात्रात्मिका स्थिता ब्रह्मोवाच त्वं स्वाहा त्वं स्वधा त्वं हि वषट्कारस्वरात्मिका सुधा त्वमक्षरे नित्ये त्रिधा मात्रात्मिका स्थिता
अर्ध मात्रा स्थिता नित्या यानुच्चार्या one word यानुच्चार्या विशेषतः त्वमेव संध्या सावित्री long e त्वं देवी short e जननी परा अर्धमात्रा स्थिता नित्या यानुच्चार्या विशेषतः त्वमेव संध्या सावित्री त्वं देवी जननी परा
अर्धमात्रा स्थिता नित्या यानुच्चार्य विशेषतः त्वमेव संध्या सावित्री त्वं देवी जननी परा अर्धमात्रा स्थिता नित्या यानुच्चार्य विशेषतः त्वमेव संध्या सावित्री त्वं देवी जननी परा
अर्धमात्रा स्थिता नित्या यानुच्चार्या विशेषतः त्वमेव संध्या सावित्री त्वं देवी जननी परा अर्धमात्रा स्थिता नित्या यानुच्चार्या विशेषतः त्वमेव संध्या सावित्री त्वं देवी जननी परा
त्वयैतत् धार्यते विश्वं त्वयैतत् सृज्यते जगत् त्वयैतत् पाल्यते देवी short e त्वमत्स्यन्ते च सर्वदा त्वयैतत् धार्यते विश्वं त्वयैतत् सृज्यते जगत् त्वयैतत् पाल्यते देवी त्वमत्स्यन्ते च सर्वदा
त्वयैतद्धार्यते विश्वं त्वयैतत् सृजते जगत् त्वयैतत् पाल्यते देवी त्वमत्स्यन्ते च सर्वदा त्वयैतद्धार्यते विश्वं त्वयैतत् सृजते जगत् त्वयैतत् पाल्यते देवी त्वमत्स्यन्ते च सर्वदा
Ratiji, that first line, second last word, srijyate, yeah.
सृज्यते, okay.
Yeah.
त्वयैतद्धार्यते विश्वं त्वयैतत् सृज्यते जगत् त्वयैतत् पाल्यते देवि त्वमत्स्यन्ते च सर्वदा त्वयैतद्धार्यते विश्वं त्वयैतत् सृज्यते जगत् त्वयैतत् पाल्यते देवि त्वमत्स्यन्ते च सर्वदा
विसृष्टौ सृष्टि रूपा त्वं स्थिति रूपा च पालने तथा संहृति रूपान्ते जगतोस्य जगन्मये विसृष्टौ सृष्टि रूपा त्वं स्थिति रूपा च पालने तथा संहृति रूपान्ते जगतोस्य जगन्मये
विसृष्टौ सृष्टिरूपा त्वं स्थितिरूपा च पालने तथा संहृतिरूपान्ते जगतोस्य जगन्मये विसृष्टौ सृष्टिरूपा त्वं स्थितिरूपा च पालने तथा संहृतिरूपान्ते जगतोस्य जगन्मये
विसृष्टौ सृष्टिरूपा त्वं स्थितिरूपा च पालने तथा संहृतिरूपान्ते जगतोस्य जगन्मये विसृष्टौ सृष्टिरूपा त्वं स्थितिरूपा च पालने तथा संहृतिरूपान्ते जगतोस्य जगन्मये
महाविद्या महामाया महामेधा महास्मृतिः महामोहा च भवती महादेवी महासुरी long e महाविद्या महामाया महामेधा महास्मृतिः महामोहा च भवती महादेवी महासुरी
महाविद्या महामाया महामेधा महास्मृतिः महामोहा च भवति महादेवी महासुरी महाविद्या महामाया महामेधा महास्मृतिः महामोहा च भवति महादेवी महासुरी
महाविद्या महामाया महामेधा महास्मृतिः महामोहा च भवती महादेवी महासुरी महाविद्या महामाया महामेधा महास्मृतिः महामोहा च भवती महादेवी महासुरी
प्रकृतिस्त्वं च सर्वस्य गुणत्रय विभाविनी कालरात्रिर् महारात्रिर् ir sound at the end of every word कालरात्रिर् महारात्रिर् मोह रात्रिश्च दारुणा प्रकृतिस्त्वं च सर्वस्य गुणत्रय विभाविनी कालरात्रिर्महारात्रिर्मोहरात्रिश्च दारुणा
प्रकृतिस्त्वं च सर्वस्य गुणत्रयविभाविनी कालरात्रिर्महारात्रिर्मोहरात्रिश्च दारुणा प्रकृतिस्त्वं च सर्वस्य गुणत्रयविभाविनी कालरात्रिर्महारात्रिर्मोहरात्रिश्च दारुणा
प्रकृतिस्त्वं च सर्वस्य गुणत्रयविभाविनी कालरात्रिर्महारात्रिर्मोहरात्रिश्च दारुणा प्रकृतिस्त्वं च सर्वस्य गुणत्रयविभाविनी कालरात्रिर्महारात्रिर्मोहरात्रिश्च दारुणा
त्वं श्रीस् त्वम् ईश्वरी त्वं ह्रीस् त्वं बुद्धिर्बोध लक्षणा लज्जा पुष्टिस् तथा तुष्टिस् त्वं शान्तिः. So that visarga you have to say it because ksha is coming later. Tvam shantihi kshantirevacha. So we're going to see some of the meaning of this of lajja, pushti, tushti, shanti, kshanti, all of that in the 5th chapter when we talk about Durga Suktham will come there. Devi Suktham will come there. Tvam Shris, Tvam Ishwari, Tvam Hris, Tvam Buddhir, Bodha Lakshana, Lajja Pushtis Tata Tushtis, Tvam Shantihi, Kshantirevacha.
त्वं श्रीस्त्वम् ईश्वरी त्वं ह्री त्वं बुद्धिर्बोधलक्षणा लज्जा पुष्टिस्तथा तुष्टिस्त्वं शान्तिः क्षान्तिरेव च त्वं श्रीस्त्वमीश्वरी त्वं ह्री त्वं बुद्धिर्बोधलक्षणा लज्जा पुष्टिस्तथा तुष्टिः त्वं शान्तिः लज्जा पुष्टिस्तथा तुष्टि त्वं शान्तिः क्षान्तिरेव च.
And that second line, tushtis is there. If you have a visarga, then put a is there. Tushtis. Tushtis.
Tushtis. Okay.
Is, yes.
Lajja pushtis tatha tushtis shantihi kshantireva cha.
त्वं श्रीस्त्वम् ईश्वरी त्वं ह्रीस्त्वं बुद्धिर्बोधलक्षणा लज्जा पुष्टिस्तथा तुष्टिस्त्वं शान्तिः क्षान्तिरेव च त्वं श्रीस्त्वम् ईश्वरी त्वं ह्रीस्त्वं बुद्धिर्बोधलक्षणा लज्जा पुष्टिस्तथा तुष्टिस्त्वं शान्तिः क्षान्तिरेव च.
खड्गिनी, शूलिनी, घोरा, गदिनी, चक्रिनी, तथा शंकिनी, चापिनी, बाण, भुषुंडी, parigayudha. This is a very important slokam, and this is going to come multiple times when we do the nyasam and everything, right? So this is essentially describing the Devi with 8 arms. Like if you go to the Grace Lake Temple, the Devi there has 8 arms. So the 8 arms, each of the arm holding one. So khadgam refers to the sword. Then shulam refers to the trident which is there. Then ghora, which is that form of Devi which is very ghoram. And then gada refers to the mace. Chakram refers to the chakram. Then shankam. Then chapa refers to the bow. Banam refers to the arrow. And bushundi is some kind of a weapon, So with that, and then pariga is refers to like a club, iron club. So you hold all of these things in your 8 arms, and so this is meditating on that form of Devi. Khadgini, Shulini, Ghora, Gadini, Chakrini, Tata, Shankini, Chapini, Bana, Bhushundi, Parigayudha.
खड्गिनी शूलिनी घोरा गदिनी चक्रिणी तथा शंखिनी चापिनी बाण भुशुंडी परिघायुधा खड्गिनी शूलिनी घोरा गदिनी चक्रिणी तथा शंखिनी चापिनी बाण भुशुंडी परिघायुधा
खड्गिनी शूलिनी घोरा गदिनी चक्रिणी तथा शंखिनी चापिनी बाणा भुषुंडी परिघायुधा
Bana, second line, Bana, Bhushundi.
बाणभुषुंडी.
Yeah, I think you were saying Bana, so it's just Bana is just one word, just na, not a, that's all.
बाणभुषुंडी.
Yeah, Bana, two different words though, but yeah.
Okay. खड्गिनी शूलिनी घोरा गदिनी चक्रिणी तथा शंकिनी चापिनी बाणभुषुंडी परिघायुधा
Saumya, Saumyatarashesha, one word. Saumyatarashesha, Saumyebhyas, Twati Sundari, Paraparanam, one word. Para Aparana, Paraparanam, Parama, Twameva Parameshwari. This is to Vikram, like Saumya means like a full moon. There's two meanings of Saumya. One of them is it's like a full moon, cool like a moon, right? So Saumya mari cool so cool like a moon. That is one meaning of Saumya. The other meaning of Saumya, because moon is like generally full, right? It's round, it's full, so it is something which is considered like whole, right? Of course, moon, it looks partial to us sometimes, but it is supposed to be full all the time. So he says you are like that, you are very cool and placed like the moon, but again, sometimes you do become ghoram, and then you are always perfect and whole like the moon, and also and Sundari, and you're also extremely beautiful, O Devi. And then you are para. Para is knowledge about the supreme, about the divine. Apara is a knowledge about the everything related to the material world. So, saying you're beyond anything that is para, you are beyond anything that is apara, because you are Parameshwari, because Parama because you are the supreme goddess. Saumya Saumyatarashesha Saumyebhyastvati Sundari Paraparanam Parama Twameva Parameshwari.
सौम्य सौम्यतराशेष सौभ्येभ्यस्तुतिसुन्दरी परापराणां परमा त्वमेव परमेश्वरी सौम्य सौम्यतराशेष सौभ्येभ्यस्तुतिसुन्दरी परापराणां परमा त्वमेव परमेश्वरी.
Aditiji, that first line, Saumyebhyas.
Saumyebhyas.
Yeah.
सौम्या सौम्यतराशेष सौम्येभ्यस्त्वति सुन्दरी परापराणां परमा त्वमेव परमेश्वरी सौम्या सौम्यतराशेष सौम्येभ्यस्त्वति सुन्दरी परापराणां परमा त्वमेव परमेश्वरी.
We'll stop here today. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Thank you, everyone. See you next week.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Shubhratri.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.